Welcome back to my channel. This is just a quick read for Gemini. I'm just doing a couple of quick reads where I can as time permits. So just wanted to get something out there for you for the month of July. I will be doing the tarot reads, of course, periodic as I can for random signs here. Just wanted to go through some of the cards that I've got for the Mirror Truth. Lenormand cards, Sylvia Knightsner is what I'm looking at here. So just overall, the spread is fairly positive, but it does look as though you've gone through some more heart-wrenching kind of days previously here. It looks like there is some change to your mindset and your belief system over the long haul. Definitely a lot of spiritual guidance here coming through, and certainly beginnings and endings. And there is also a little bit of a warning card from, could be just a residual energy here, starting out with the dog as well as the scythe, but as I said, I feel like that's a little more of a residual energy coming into the read into July, where there may have been a feeling of lack of loyalty or trust in someone or something, or in around your belief systems, not feeling your own value, things along that line. But there is definitely growth that is moving ahead here. You also have some luck in this month as well, but it is also speaking to going back to some of the things that you may have been doing in the past or reflecting on the past, something with even possibly children in regards to your own youth, that kind of thing. But there's definitely sort of a flourishing or more of an advancement in moving ahead out of this negative mindset and energy that you've been mulling over or have been dabbling in. So anyway, the overall, just to kind of recap here, with the card of the dog, this is really about talking about loyalty and friendship, and it looks like there could have been some challenges in around that. Somebody that was, an important person in your life or a very close relationship, doesn't have to be a love relationship, but could have been somebody who you felt was previously a support, maybe was not as supportive as you would have hoped, and certainly does look like there was a bit of a challenge around that. There's also some kind of an indicator that there is going to be something that you're doing in more of a public space here, advancement in that way. But I do feel like you can rely on someone, or that it will be opening up to you. Maybe for the first little bit here, there's a bit of a still a residual energy that needs to be kind of worked through before all of that opens up. But overall, I do feel like there is advancement and growth. So when we look at the cross and the birds, of course, the cross is kind of building around any ideas of. I do feel like that, as I say, there was a sense of, because it's close to the dog and the cross, there's a sense that there was some kind of a loss of support, was caused you a little bit of friction or sacrifice, or feeling as though things just weren't moving in a direction where you were able to accept it or change it, something along that line. But it is also a time of growth in changing habits, behaviors, any of your old belief systems, all of that is really coming to light here with the cross, the garden, the birds, and the fish. So all of those deadlocked ideas and things that were keeping you stuck, you are now able to pull forward and move yourself out of that space. Because, as I say, there's more of a childlike energy here coming through with the child, and certainly the coffin is sort of an end to something that was from the past not working. And the reason why it's more of a positive is certainly with that flowers energy there. So again, just to kind of go back there with the garden, there is still long-term growth here with the green cards. I find that's more of an indicator that you're still, loyalty is still being worked on here, or a commitment or a friendship or something where a strong relationship once was and was now challenged. I feel like that's still being worked on. There is a restless nature in you at this time for the month of July. I feel like you are either wanting to relocate or you've had thoughts of it, but there's also that energy of something, worries, those kinds of things that are short-lived, here, because I said with the birds and the cross, I'm using the birds as a clarifier really for the cross. So I feel like you're kind of shaking up your belief systems and trying to change some old ways of thinking. And, and able to do that, of course, you're taking an overview of the situation and really thinking about things, you know, in a long, hard way. There's better communication, or you're trying to perhaps even talk to yourself in a more open way, in a childlike way, more sensitivity, that kind of thing with that child flowers coffin card. But either way, it's finding ways to overcome problems and difficulties with the cross and the bird. And especially when the garden's following that, there is definitely some sense of growth in the month of July, that you're making some kind of advancement there. I do feel like, as I said, public space seems to be opening up here for you. A little bit more luck in that direction, a little bit more possible money that's coming in there with the fish card. Certainly speaks to more spiritual energy here as well in that realm that you're trusting your intuition to move something forward. But something is kind of coming to light here, possibly from the past as well, that is helping you to network, and advance something. But whatever challenges that you did have, I feel like things are starting to open up again on that personal, social level, whatever it is for you. There could also be some kind of a social gathering or something in July, some kind of a get together, something that just a happy event that's also coming through there. And then, as I said, with the card of the fish, it definitely speaks to things boding well in terms of your income. Could be sort of a shorter period of time here that something is starting to grow, starting to show some kind of maturity, starting to show some level of increase. I'm not seeing huge amounts. It feels like it's a slow turn of events, and it feels like it was an idea that was possibly even from the past for some of you. But it does also speak to self-esteem issues, so. And I do feel that there was some level of self-esteem that was challenged here with the cross birds. And even though the fish is still in here showing promise with the garden, I do feel that that was somehow related, that things that you were struggling with mentally, trying to find some kind of a balance there. I feel like you don't have to do things alone because, again, you've got that card of the garden and the fish. I feel like you may feel that you are having to do something alone, but there's really more of a stronger, or at least it's moving toward that, more of a stronger sense of connection to maybe someone from the past here as well that's assisting you. But as far as the coffin card goes, again, this could be somebody from the past that is, that you're putting behind you. For some of you, could have been just a period of depression, or someone or a child that's also going through something along that line. But it definitely speaks to, something that's coming to an end. And if you just persevere, a little bit longer here, you'll see that the flowers card is putting you back on track. So whatever that natural end was, there's going to be some kind of a closure. You're not procrastinating anymore. There's some kind of advancement opportunities that are going to start to come together here. Again, still involving a group of people, or at least more involvement from other people, and again, possibly from the past here as well. But the flowers is definitely a gift coming in. Could be someone helping you out with an idea, helping you to grow an idea, helping you to develop some trust. It's some kind of a joyous occasion, but there's more of a positive overtone in this read than there is negative. So letting go of things that aren't, of value. And again, that goes for belief systems and all of that with the cross. But there's definitely more opportunities opening up here for you in the month of July. So potentials, life is starting to look better here going forward, Gemini. And I will be doing a more career-minded sort of finance read here with the tarot and some general energy as well in the coming weeks. Just wanted to get something out there for the 1st of July, and happy Canada Day.